Hey guys, welcome back to lesson 5 of our enemy designer series. This time we're going to be looking at getting our previous working boss character here, and we're going to get him to shower and just throw bullets all over the screen. So let's get into that. Okay, the first thing you'll need is you'll need to make sure that you have an actor imported for your enemy bullet. So I've already done that, and it's just a very simple 2-circle animation, one bigger than the other. And these are going to be the enemy bullets that my boss is going to fire. And let me just redo this with you guys here. And let's see, I'm just going to destroy this one. So I'm going to create a new one now. Boss bullet. Right, so boss bullet wise, let's see here. I'm going to grab the picture. Again, this should be pretty straightforward for you guys now. Boss bullet 1. And there are 2 columns to this. Okay, so for the boss bullet, I've already imported the animation. And I'm also going to just check a few things for physics. I'm going to leave it affected by gravity because I want it to have a little bit of an arc. And rotation-wise, that won't really matter. You can turn it off or on. It doesn't matter to me. Under properties, you will want to make sure that you create a grouping for boss bullets or enemy bullets at the very least. And so I'm going to do that. Okay, I've already created my enemy bullets grouping, and my enemy bullets can touch tiles and players. Right, and what I'm also going to do is I'm going to start setting this up right now is when the boss bullet touches a tile, I'm going to remove that. So when it collides with a member of a group, I'm going to repeat that twice. Okay, now if you've watched my player designer series, we've done this at the very end of that lesson, but I will repeat it one more time here. So boss bullet, touch. I'm going to write die on tile. And this one is going to be die on player. So for die on player, I'm going to select self. For actor group, I'm going to select player. Okay, and I'm going to go into actors. I'm going to go into properties. I'm going to drag a kill, and then it changes to self there. Okay, so when the boss bullet touches a player, the bullet dies, or it gets erased from the screen. Okay, so same thing here, self. Choose a group, and this time it's a tile. And this will just keep our game nice and clean. So again, a kill self, you don't need to set that. It becomes self when you drag it out. Okay, so that ensures that whenever this boss fires bullets, if it touches our actor, it's gone. If it touches a tile, it's also gone. And now let's get the boss to throw out these bullets. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to go back into my boss character here. Okay, so you can always double click on your boss character from your dashboard. Okay, and we're going to go into events for our boss. And so I'm going to create a timed event every n seconds. I'm going to fire a bullet every 1 second. You can do 0.5, 0.2, 2 seconds, 10 seconds. The choice is really yours. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to search here. We're going to create an actor. So I'm going to type in create. And we're going to create an actor at an X and Y coordinate, okay? Which actor we're going to create? We're going to create, well, the boss bullet. Okay, I'm going to throw that in. And for the X and Y values, it's going to be where my boss is. So it's going to be under actors. It's going to be the X coordinate of my character. And it's also going to be the Y coordinate of my character, okay? Now, you'll also notice there is an X center and a Y center. So this causes the bullet to come out from the center of the character. And so I'm going to use that. Okay, now this is just going to spawn boss bullets wherever the boss happens to be. Okay? In order to get it to fire or get thrown in different directions, we're going to have to give it a little bit of speed. And so we'll be doing that as it's compiling right now. And actually, I'll just let it compile first. Okay, so you can see there's a bullet being plopped out every 1 second, but it's just falling straight down. And so that's not the most interesting thing in the world, I guess. And so If that's your desired effect, great. For motion, though, we're going to do two things. We're going to set the X speed. And now you can set a constant X speed, so only go in one direction. Like if we put 20, it'll only go to the right. Or if we put a negative value, let's say negative 30, it'll always go to the left. But to make this a little bit more interesting, I'm also going to show you guys how to do a randomization of this. Okay, so with randomization, we give it a range of values in which it'll select from. So I'm going to do negative 20 and positive 20. Okay, so you can do a constant value like this, just set X speed to negative 30, or I'm going to replace that with this. Okay, and if we test this game out, it's sort of going to shower. And actually, I'm going to maybe decrease the time, which means we're going to increase the rate at which these bullets are coming out. Now, that hasn't updated just yet. So I will need to run this one more time. Okay, it's finalizing. And of course, the last thing you might need to do is you'll need to subtract the player health. You can check my player tutorials on how you can deduct health as it touches the player. And Stencyl wants to think about how it wants to put this game together for us. Come on, Stencyl. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Good. Sometimes talking nice to Stencyl helps it work. Or not. Okay, it doesn't seem to be loading up. You guys can definitely try that out on your own. I will try to run it one more time in this tutorial because it does have this updated time. And so I will try to do that one more time and pray that Stencyl is going to work for us. But that does mostly conclude this tutorial. Whoa, that's firing the bullets really fast. Okay, that's probably a lot faster than I want. Okay, and I'm probably just going to decrease the speed for that because that's just too much. It's not even moving around anymore. Okay, that's looking all right. Every 0.5 seconds. And so it's just dropping those bullets. It's not really firing it. Okay, I will test that one more time because we've tested so many times. Right, the speed is set. Okay, there's one more thing. Okay, make sure you choose last created actor because this is changing the speed of the character itself, not the boss. So hopefully you guys are still watching up to this point, and we're going to fix that up. So any speeds that you do, whether it's an X speed or a Y speed, make sure you choose for the last created character, and this time it should be working as intended. Okay, so that's actually looking pretty good. Okay, now we can maybe push a little bit of Y speed, have it fire up in the air a little bit to have a little bit more of a projectile motion arc. Okay, but right now we do get a little bit of randomized bits there. Okay, so I'm just going to do that right now. And I'm just going to choose last created actor. Sorry, not last created actor. I'm going to choose a Y speed. And I'm just going to keep this constant. So I'm going to do a negative 20. I'm going to test this out one last time with you guys. And I'm probably just going to conclude this tutorial after this. Right, hope that this works. And that stencil is going to work fast for us. Okay, yeah, so that's that extra negative 20 speed is causing just to float up a little bit before it falls down. Okay, and so that makes it a little bit easier to play this game. Whoa, it's pretty actually to avoid being hit by that. Okay, so hopefully you guys have fun with that, and you can play around with these different speeds and values yourself. And we'll see you guys next time where I will show you how to get the bullets to actually track where the player is and fire directly